So we are here at a special gathering of Chabad Shluchim emissaries from Israel. We're talking about more than 500 emissaries, Shluchim, who are scattered in more than 200 Chabad centers throughout the country. Here behind me, the emissaries are getting together and gathering, preparing for their group picture.
The work of a Chabad Shliach is the same everywhere, all over the world, and also in Israel, and that is to bring light to the world. That was the mission that the Rebbe gave us, is to bring the light of Torah and Chassidut to every corner of the world.
They're telling us here today that the challenges and the mission of emissaries in Israel is different and sometimes even more complicated than the mission of the Shlichim around the world in all the deserted and central locations throughout the world.
It's interesting that in many Chabad houses around the world, the people who get connected to the Chabad house, and I've been to many Chabad houses, the core minyan many times are people who are originally from Israel who did not find that spark while they were here. So, because many times when you're living in Israel, and you're living in a country and you're so close to a Jewish land, you feel like you don't need something else to inspire you. You feel just the fact that I'm living in Israel, that's good enough. And that's why the work of the Shluchim here is even more fold, because they say that in Hebrew there's an expression that half of being healed is to know that you're sick. And over here, when you live so close in Israel, you don't even realize that there's something missing in your life. So I think the challenge for the Shluchim here is sometimes more difficult, but I think that ultimately the idea is the same, and that is to bring people closer and to spread the mission and to spread the light and to try to help people as much as possible.
And you're here today for a few days, a special gathering of all the Shlichim in Israel. What are you talking about here? What kind of issues are you dealing with, debating here?
Well, mostly it's a time for the Shluchim to get together and to gain strength one from another. I have many Shluchim that are out in the boondocks, kind of, even though we're in Israel, but when it comes to their lives and their families, they're kind of separated from each other. And this is a great time for people to gain strength from each other, to talk about issues that we have, many people have different issues in common, and it's a great opportunity to discuss them and try to find solutions together.
Now we understand that even though this term may be considered secular, non-religious, we're talking here about branding Chabad. What can you tell us about that?
Well, I'd like to say, first of all, that the Rebbe taught us that everything in the world can be used in all directions. In fact, Chabad and the Rebbe was the first ones to take television, to take internet, and really to bring it out to the masses. So I think the fact that there are things in the world which may be considered secular by some, if it could bring some advantage to spreading Yiddishkeit and spreading the work of Hashem and the work of Chabad, then it's an important thing. So this idea of branding, I think, is great. I think it's really important for people all over Israel to realize and to know who is who and what is what, and that's what branding really does. So automatically somebody sees a sign, oh, that's Chabad, oh, that's something I'm interested in. I was, for example, like you brought a good example, people going to Chutzlaritz, going outside of Israel, and they get excited about Chabad, and then when they come here, oh, they'll see this logo, oh, Chabad, I had a good experience, let me see what that's like. And so I think it's a very positive thing.